Hey, everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCloud Studios. Visit online at soundcloudstudios.com for all your needs, and brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson's The Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. We're here with an amazing singer who's a singer-songwriter who grew up in Portland, Oregon, now in New Jersey, and makes a trek from Jamaica over to New Jersey as well, too. He's the first of 7 siblings. He worked as a frontline worker and migrated to the U.S. in 15 and began his music career. He was inspired by the late Gregory Isaacs and also Beres Hammond, and also played with Yellowman, Burning Man, and also Major Mac and Major Mackerel, Bounty Kim as well, too. We'll talk about those. And he's got a new song called Sweet Jamaica as well, too, and a couple of releases. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New Jersey, the very multi-talented singer-songwriter who's from Jamaica, now living in Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented George Prophet. George, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Good night to you and all the listeners.
Well, it's great to have you on board as well, too, George. So you're a singer-songwriter who grew up in Portland. You're currently in New Jersey. You grew up in, came from Jamaica, and you were first of 7 siblings. You worked as a frontline worker. You migrated to the U.S. in 15. You began your music career, and you're influenced by the late Gregory Isaacs and Beres Hammond, and also you also did some work with Yellowman, and also Burning Man as well too. Major Mackerel, Bounty Killer, and Beres Hammond as well too. And before getting to all that, along with your new music, tell us how you first got started.
Well, I grew up in the church, and I used to sing in the church choir as a kid. So singing church, went to school, used to sing in the school choir, and it just propelled from there.
Okay, all right. And then, what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you, what you're doing for the rest of your career?
Could you say that again, please?
I said, what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into do what you're doing for the rest of your career?
Well, that's a very tricky question because I grew up in the music, so you know it just happened. I've been singing from a little kid before I could really even pronounce words properly. So it's something that grows with me over a period of time. It never leaves me and I never leave it. So music has always been a part of me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And also growing up in Jamaica as well, too, and maybe some of your influences and some musical influence as well, too. And what it was like growing up in Jamaica. You also went to church and everything like that. And what was it like in Jamaica for you?
Well, average, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either, you know, because I went to school and as I left school, I got a job. My first job was working with the Blue Mountain Coffee. So as I left school, I started work with that company, and up until almost I leave to come here. So it was good comparing to some statements some people would have made to you saying it was hard. Cause one of the good thing about it, I grew up in a country. I didn't grow up in you know in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was there. Food was in abundance. You have rivers, you know, lot of green fields to play, everything. So for me, it was good. Probably another person who come from the inner city would be giving you a different experience of Jamaica. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
really from the country, rural part of Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That's interesting as well, too. You're also the first of 7 siblings. And being the first, it's almost like you being the leader of the family, it feels like. So
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, because I'm the first one. So you had a brothers and sister look up to you as a role model. So yeah, but like the first 3 kids, the one that followed me and the other one, we were very close in age, and you know they did better than me in school. Brilliant kids, so you know. So I wasn't burdened by the younger kids. Because as I said to you, I'm not gonna say we had the best life, but it wasn't the worst.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting as well, too. And you also migrated in the U.S. And tell us about your journey going from Jamaica over to the U.S.
Yeah, well, I came to the US first time 2012. I used to just came for visit. Come three time on the fourth time I came over. I live over here. Got a job in the hospital as a frontline worker. I used to work in the ER, and it's different, but in a good way. Cause the one thing with me, my head is quick to anything. Once I decide I'm gonna do something, my head is very quick to it. So I didn't have problem with the transformation, to transform from the Jamaica life to the American life. Because when I came here, I was and still I am around Jamaicans.
Hmm. That's really interesting as well, too. And who is your favorite singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
Gregory Isaac and Beres, you know, there was and still is my favorite artist.
Okay. Okay. And how about some of the others as well?
I like a lot of artists because I listen a lot of different music, but there is something special about, you know, Beres and Gregory. I used to listen a lot to a guy called Delroy Wilson and all of those guys. And I listen a few American artists as
Okay.
well. And I really love away from reggae music. I love country music.
Hmm. Hmm.
Kenny Rogers, you name them.
Hmm. And that sounds like a lot as well, too. And of course, they're all influenced into what you're doing with Sweet Jamaica. Also, your releases as well, too, like Into My Arms, Wonderful Feeling from Perfect and Love Me Again. We'll talk about that. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today 1 800 303 3960. It's 1 800 303 3960 or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews, and Eve 11 endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joe Cassie, Forbes Riley, and Mineos. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. Also on Rumble, BitChute, and on HamiltonRadio.net every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And don't forget to take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts. Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. Well, here is singer-songwriter from Jamaica, now living in New Jersey, George Prophet here on the Mike Wagner Show. And George, your music is inspired by the late Gregory Isaac, also Beres Hamilton as well too. And how did you get involved with the late Gregory Isaacs?
Well, I grew up around sound system in Jamaica. My family had sound system. Um, I listened to a lot of Gregory songs. Um, Gregory used to come by my era in Portland regularly, so I was kind of more acquainted with him than Beres.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he was like elderly person for me. Not that he was old. You would have a little quick chat, but not a real conversation with him. As a younger person, you might say hi, whatever. But in the early days, I didn't have like real conversation with him. But
Mm-hmm.
after a while, now when I start performing and stuff, then I get to know him to really have conversation with him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He also you also worked with Yellowman, and also you also worked with Burning Man, Major Mackerel, Bounty Killer, and Berets Hammond. And tell us about those and what was it like working with those guys?
Well, it's a wonderful experience. I want to tell you, I worked with Beres before I worked with Gregory Isaac. And after my first show, real show with a band was Top Five, band called Top Five. When I leave the stage, you know, he told me, you can sing, Well, I always knew I can do my thing, but getting that from a person like him really put string in the steps. You know, I get more serious with it. Not that I wasn't serious before, but getting that from a person who I would say is my idol, without he even knew that he was my idol, for him to say that to me was a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, that's a rather interesting thing as well, too. And you also had some music with Into My Arms and also Wonderful Feeling, also wrapped up and also tied up being in your world as well, too. And tell us about some of the music you got on Spotify and what inspired you to write some of the music.
Well, first I must say I'm a lovers rock artist. I sing love songs, just like Barry Salmon, Gregory Isaac. It's not like I really imitate those guys, but I'm singing from the same vein, of them. I don't do hard stuff, I don't do certain kind of music. My main kind of music is love music or music to make you happy. Now I can write a song from a personal experience, or I can write a song just from somebody else's experience, or just passing and see a situation, and I can sit down and do a composition of that song. So, you know, writing, for me, writing, I think, is one of my strongest points in, in the music.
Okay. Okay. All right. And you also had your releases as well too. Perfect and Love Me Again on Spotify and the other releases as well too. Tell us about more about the albums as well.
Yeah, I put out an EP first, Love Me Again EP. It was an EP. And after I put out the Perfect album, Now, afterwards, I decided to convert the Love Me Again EP to an album because it was very easy for me to do because I write all the songs, I produce all the songs, so it makes it easy for me to do that. And one of the reasons why I was kind of quick to convert it to an album, you know, I was being shown a lot of love for the music. People was gravitating to the music. It was gravitating to that kind of music, and I had songs that was already done, mixed and mastered. So I said, why not? It's all my project. So why not just instead of having a album and having an EP, why not have two albums?
Okay. Okay. You also have the song Sweet, Sweet Jamaica as well, too. And we'll talk about that in just 1 minute with singer-songwriter George Prophet. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at SoundWebStudios.com for all your needs. And brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the amazing multi-talented singer-songwriter George Prophet after this time out. We're back with singer-songwriter from New Jersey, coming from Jamaica, George Prophet here on the Mike Wagner Show. And George, tell us about your latest release you got on all the major platforms, Sweet, Sweet Jamaica. That's out right now. And tell us more about that and what inspired you to write it.
Well, the song "Sweet Jamaica" is a song about Jamaica. When I was writing this song, I put a lot of thought in the song. There's a lot of sweet Jamaica song. There's a lot of song people write about Jamaica. I can't even tell you all, but I think my sweet Jamaica is different from our sweet Jamaica song because my intention when I was writing this song is to sell Jamaica to the world. You know, there is tons of nice things you can say about Jamaica because there are so much nice things to say about Jamaica. But I didn't want to do another Sweet Jamaica song like what everybody was doing. So instead of just talking about, beautiful girls and drink white rum and all of that, there is a lot more to Jamaica than just beaches. Yeah, there's a lot more to Jamaica more than just party. So, you know, I I think for a minute and I said, okay, I'm gonna approach this song from an angle where I've never heard any writer approach it from. And in the back of my mind, this is a song to sell Jamaica to the world. So I said, okay, there is so many nice places in Jamaica that people overlook. People just tell you about Kingston, you know, people just say Montego Bay and the Grill. Yes, what you are. Those are nice places, but there are a lot of very nice places, important places in Jamaica. So I decided to highlight. I decided to highlight a lot of those places. And to be honest with you, that last year is one of the most played Jamaica song, my Sweet Jamaica song.
Okay. And what was your most favorite place of all in Jamaica, or your favorite memory?
My favorite memory is Swift River. That's where I'm from. Maybe a lot of people don't know about Swift River. A little village. Because no matter where I go in the world, when I go to Jamaica and I go to my little district where I'm from, I'm the happiest person. But I've got a lot of good memories in Jamaica. I really love Ocho. Yeah, I love Port Royal. And one of my favorite spots in Jamaica is Port Antonio, the capital of Portland.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds rather interesting. You seem to enjoy Jamaica a lot, George. In the meantime, where can we find all your music at?
Well, my music is on all major digital platforms. Facebook, George Prophet Dubs. My fan page, George Prophet Music. Everything else is George Prophet Music. Once you put in George Prophet Music, YouTube, and again, it is on all major digital platforms.
Okay. We'll certainly check that out. We're here, the amazing, multi-talented singer-songwriter George Prophet, living in New Jersey, from Jamaica here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more things. What can we expect from you in 2022 and 2023 and beyond, George?
Good music, more good music. And to be honest with you, right now, I'm just about music, conscious music, good music for all ages, younger people, older people, middle age, good music that you can listen to and digest and enjoy.
Okay. That certainly will do that. And looking forward to what you got, George. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Right now, Louis Lauder.
Okay. Okay.
Got other people who, around me who I can shout out, you know. One of my closest friend musically, the artist as well, Veggie Buns. Yeah, he's always there with good inspiration. DJ Tyrus, you know. To be honest with you, I've got so many people who are into my music right now who is giving me support. It's hard for me to start calling names because some people is gonna get left out and probably feel kind of way. So I can say a lot of people right
Okay. Well, it's certainly a great inspiration as well, too, George. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
at this point. Anybody, well, be positive and just try to do good. Not only do the best you can, not only for yourself. You know, do it for your neighbor. Your neighbor don't have to be the person that lives next door to you. You know, your neighbor could be somebody you have never met before. And if you can't do good, just don't do it.
Hmm. And I think that's good advice as well, too. So once again, we're a singer-songwriter, George Partland from Jamaica, now living in New Jersey here on the Mike Wagner Show. George, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, what's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people purchase or check out your music?
I don't have a website, but again, all my music are on all major digital platforms. You can download by from Apple Music, Spotify, all the major platforms. George Prophet Music, that's me.
Okay, we're certainly check that out. Once again, George, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back and wish you all the best. And George, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Yeah, and thanks for having me. You know, I really appreciate it, and I'm hoping to be back on your platform soon. And I will definitely keep you up to date.